105.5 WDHA here on the Jersey Magazine. We talk youth sports a lot here on DHA and the Jersey Magazine. And so this morning we're bringing in Ken Waer. Ken is the president of the Madison Little League. Ken, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Jim. Thank you for having me.
How did the program do in 2022?
Very well, very well. Our attendance went up. We had over 550 participants in the program. It was a very competitive season with all the teams. And during the summer district tournament, we had two teams, our 10s and our 12s, that made it into the district finals. And that was the first for us to have two teams.
Really?
In there. Yes. Yeah, it's wow. We've had one, but I can't recall a season since I've been there where we had two in the district finals.
When you took over as president of Madison Little League, what were some of the biggest challenges that you faced, Ken?
Keeping kids coming back year after year. There's a lot of other options out there. As you know, there's different travel baseball programs, and just keeping them interested in Little League baseball. Of all the towns in our district, Madison has probably the least population, the lowest school enrollment, yet we have the highest baseball enrollment of the 14 towns in our district. And that I attribute to, we make our spring rec season fun. Everybody, it's not about competition. Yeah, the teams get a little heated here and there, but everybody bats, everybody plays, and it just keeps them coming back.
That's a lot different from when I was growing up. And I know I'm going to date myself here, but going back, we were living in Pennsylvania at the time. You had tryouts for Little League. Not everybody played. So never mind playing in a game. Not everybody made the team. So that's a big difference from back then.
Right. Yeah, no, same when I played when I was that age. No, you had to try out. You had to make the team. And it was, disappointing if you didn't. Now, everybody.
Ken Waer's my guest this morning here on the Jersey Magazine at 105.5 WDHA. He is the president of the Madison Little League, and we've been talking a lot about youth sports over the past few weeks. One of the big things that has happened since you become president was the introduction of the 50-70 field size to Madison. And for parents who might not be aware of that, the traditional Little League field, 46 feet on the mound to home, and then 60-foot bases. The big field, of course, is 60 feet, 6 inches mound to home and 90-foot bases. So that intermediate field size, which I love, came in under your tutelage there. How has that developed in Madison?
Believe it or not as popular as we had thought. The travel teams do all play. You're not going to find excuse me, any after age 10, you're not going to find any more 46-60 tournaments. But I actually did a complete turnaround on 50-70. I was not in favor of it when it first came out. I just felt like, any kid that reached first base was an automatic get down to second, because the catchers weren't up to speed. So what we did was we incorporated winter training and to help progress that. But Jim, we actually dropped the 50-70 program this year.
You did?
Which parents' choice. The season before, we only had a couple of teams and it was not very competitive. So we dropped that program. But it's a lot more fun. It's real baseball. But for whatever reason in Madison, it just didn't click in.
I know for me, speaking personally, I mentioned, what Little League was like when I was playing. We went right from the 46-60 field to that 60-90 distance. And boy, what an eye-opener that was. So one of the things I've always liked about 50-70 was, especially for kids who are a little on the smaller side as I was, it's a nice introduction to, as you just said, real baseball on a field size that's a bit more friendly to the smaller kids.
Oh, it helps them progress. Absolutely. And with all the travel teams that we had that do play it, I just don't understand why during the spring rec season, it's just not very popular. Jim, I can remember when I graduated from the small diamond to the big diamond. And the first time I saw a curveball, I ran halfway back to the dugout and see the ball 10 over the plate. So yeah, it was an experience.
One of the things that has been a huge topic, youth baseball and other sports as well, has been officiating and umpiring. There was that incident in Branchburg a few weeks ago, a very unfortunate incident with an umpire being punched during a game. How has the umpiring crisis affected Madison Little League, Ken?
Well, I can tell you that it was tough getting umpires this year. The organization that we use it's getting slim. These guys they've had it. We're fortunate here in Madison. We don't really have that big an issue with unruly parents. Yeah, a couple of jawing at some calls. What we do, and it's not a guaranteed deterrent, is during the online registration process, there is a parent code of conduct form that gets filled out. And unless you initial that, you cannot go further. And, like I said, it's not a guaranteed deterrent, but it does give us an avenue for discipline in the event that somebody gets, out of hand. It's just not allowed. And we expect our managers to rein in their fans.
Now, is that coming from Little League in Williamsport, or is that a Madison-based thing that you do there, Ken?
Both. The parent code of conduct? No, it's right by Little League International. I don't think they force you to do it, but it is a good idea. If you don't have anything out there and somebody were to strike an umpire or, get really out of hand, then, what action can you take at that point? They weren't warned. We're here prior to the season, they're warned. If you do, you are subject to disciplinary action. That strike umpire would I can guarantee will get you a lifetime ban from Madison Little League.
I know that umpiring, I saw it at both the club level and the high school level this year. And, you can see that the quality of the umpiring has gone down. And I think it's in direct proportion to the heckling, the harassment, the whatever. I even spoke a few weeks ago, Ken, to a college coach. And during his just completed season, there was a pitching coach from another team who came out and he shoved an umpire during a game. And he had never seen anything like that before. And obviously at the collegiate level, things are going to get a little bit more heated than they would at the youth level, the travel level, or even the high school level. But it really has gotten out of control. And it's not a shock to me to see that the umpiring situation is in such disarray right now.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong. I have had incidents where we've hosted sectional and state tournaments, and where I've actually had to call the police in to guarantee that the umpires got to their cars safely at the end of the game. It's a game. And, it's a game. Get that through your head.
You mentioned parents just a few minutes ago, and that's the other kind of pink elephant in the room. And you see this, teachers talk about what parents are like these days, and coaches in all different kinds of sports. How have you dealt with that in Madison Little League, Ken?
It's like I said before, it's not really that big an issue with us. Occasionally we'll get a parent that's not happy about where their child was placed on a team, being, none of the kids are from his school and stuff like that. Jim, we make decisions that are based upon the whole league, not the individual child. And once our drafts are set and done, that's it. There's no moving of players. The player agent has to keep control of that to ensure that somebody's not trying to stack a team. So we'll listen to you, but you got to come up with a really, really good reason why we would change or reverse a draft decision.
Ken Waer, president of Madison Little League, my guest this morning on the Jersey Magazine here at 105.5 WDHA. What do you have planned for fall of 2022? I know the spring and summer seasons have just ended. It feels like you want to take a deep breath, but fall's just around the corner. What do you have planned?
We kind of take a back seat in the fall. We've done enough. The board meets, the board meets 11 months out of the year. We only take August off, but there are teams, and our travel program will take over and guide them into whatever league that they decide to play in. So this way, at least, they do have an avenue for the fall.
And how about spring of 2023? What kind of long range plans do you have?
That all starts next month. We start preparing for the following season. We'll sit down. We'll look at some of the changes we made last year. We'll see what went well, what didn't go well, and try and adjust even for the ones that went well. How can we improve that? And then after that, it's just people don't realize that just how much work it really takes to keep a league running and to keep it as successful as ours is.
Yeah, you mentioned how small a town Madison is, and especially compared to some of the other towns in the district. And one of the things that I've noticed of late, you talk about winter training and the development of kids, you see it at the high school level. The program there has gotten bigger. They've had quite a bit of success with some state titles, and the rising freshman group. And I know I'm going to leave a couple of names out, but that group, Waer, Ferris, Melvin, and there are others as well. That's a really, really strong freshman group that's coming in.
That's our dream team. You know that. They won districts 3 years in a row. As 11s, they won districts, sections, and states, which hadn't been done in Madison in 40 years and was never accomplished on the small diamond. The following season, they won districts. They won sections, and it was a tough loss in states. We were hoping for that brick rematch.
Yeah. Well, Ken, I can't thank you enough. As someone who has coached in Madison for a number of years, or did coach at least, when my son was playing, and I've watched the program grow. I think what you've done with the facilities alone is amazing. The fields are in such great shape in Madison. Continued success with the program, and thank you for joining me this morning here on the Jersey Magazine.
Thank you for having me, Jim. Have a good day.